Unbiased Trader, and we're going to be going over my April month review. This month was pretty difficult for me. I think this was one of my harder months. And overall, I started a new smaller account this month. I had to withdraw some money for personal reasons. And then I just wanted to try and learn some more this month before I kind of take a bit of a hiatus in summer. I will be not really trading. I will be tracking and looking at plays, but I probably won't be trading so much in summer, especially because I need to work and build up this account again. But overall, I think I learned some good takeaways this month, so let's get into it. Basic overview, we can see the trades per month have really increased. I mean, trades per day have really increased, 3.9. I don't think this actually shows a great representation of the setups. I do track the setups separately, so in another video I can go over like how they've performed in April. But I think I forced a lot of trades. I think that smaller account made me very emotional to P&L and to profit. I'm not 100% sure why. I think it's because I didn't feel very rewarded when I did good, and I felt very um, like a huge step back when I lost because it was a smaller account. So that was difficult to get used to, and I think I forced a lot of trades off that. The fees obviously increased because it's a smaller account, so that's why. And also locates were kind of expensive at the beginning of this month, but that was like a separate topic. The RR has pretty much stayed the same, so I'm staying consistent with taking my profits pretty well. I'm overall not too, unhappy about that. The main thing that took a major hit was the win percentage. I know we did go through like when Veru and stuff hit. It was about like a week and a bit that my setups really weren't working very well, and it took me too long to adapt. And I think I responded too emotionally. I forced a lot of trades. I tried to hold like home runs. I didn't take profits. I let things go against me. It was just a terrible experience. And I really saw my main takeaway this month was that my discretion is really good. I'm a pretty good discretionary trader. I'm not there's a lot better than me, obviously. I'm just saying from my personal experience, my strengths. But I've realized even though I am good at discretion, if my emotions cause me to mess that up like 40% of the time, 30% of the time, that's a major hit to my P&L and major hit to my systems because I have a system where I it will tell me in the morning what stocks I should trade, like what ones kind of meet my general criteria, and then I go into that day with some levels I know that I'm more interested in, and then I kind of trade it off discretion. That's how I used to do it anyway. But I've realized, that system doesn't work very well if, 40% of the time I'm getting emotional and ruining it. Like I'm just taking a max loss for like no reason. I am very proud of myself that I stuck to max losses pretty well this month, but still, it still wasn't great. So overall, I'm not super happy about that, but it's okay. We'll try and improve on it, and I know pretty much why this win percentage was so low. So yeah, we'll work on that, but that's okay. All right, next is just the trader sync. So you can see I was doing pretty good on the small account challenge for the first like couple of days, I think pretty much like a week or so. And then Veru hit and I got really emotional. I over traded it, I revenge traded it. I got slipped with oversizing on it, so it was just a terrible experience. Huge, huge dip, and then just kind of slowly been getting my way back up there. But it was a huge hit, especially for a small account. So it's not much I can do about it. I'm planning to work in the summer while also tracking trades and stuff and developing my edge a bit more. And then I'll come back in the winter months and I'll be ready again. But yeah, we can see here 57% win percentage. Obviously, it's a bit different than mine, only 2% or so. We can see my biggest profit still was bigger than my biggest loser, but my biggest losers have still been consistently way too big for what I want them to be. Like 18% is just way too much. 23% profit's amazing, like really well done on that one. But 18% just on your loser is it's too much. It's way too much. I want this to be 10, 10 ideally. I want this to be 11, 10. We can see I took a lot of trades, 86 trades, probably way too much than I want. We did have a nice run of 11 consecutive wins, so I do have good runs, but then I get maybe overconfident or the market changes a bit and I don't adapt quick enough and I kind of just revenge trade it pretty much, and that's where you get those 5 consecutive losses. Profit factor 1.66, not great. I've had way better profit factors before, so this is something I still need to work on. This month just was overall tough for me. I think this is a good experience. I've had a couple of good months now, and now, changing it up with a small account, it's very difficult, and it's shown me some new flaws. So I do recommend to some people maybe to try a small account and see um, if you have any flaws you haven't noticed. Because on a small account, all your flaws are going to be very obvious because those flaws are going to damage your account so quickly and so fast. So it can make it a good exercise. I wouldn't say it's actually good to trade on a small account though, because one mistake, two mistakes is so brutal compared to like a bigger account where you can take a couple mistakes and you're fine. So yeah. Okay, next is setups plus mistakes. Overall, my setups, this is how I performed on them. This isn't like their actual win rate. I think they performed pretty well this month, and I just underperformed with my execution. Like 57% on the bag holder short, that's really terrible. And I think my setup tracking, it was about 80% win rate, so that was that was pretty shit. Day twos though were shit. I don't know if anyone else experienced this. I've seen a lot of people on Twitter saying this as well. Day twos just did not do very good this month. And there's definitely gonna be after something I'm gonna have to look into, see if I need to adjust my criteria, see if there's something that's changed. But it performed terribly this month, and I think I just took too many of them. Like Veru, I missed the great day two play when it just went all the way down, and then I took the next day, day three, boom, absolutely ruined. So yeah, but they performed pretty shit. J-Line Curls, pretty good. I didn't take that many. 50% win rate, still not amazing. I think I forced one or two, so that affected the sample rate of it, but it was okay. Overextension plays, 36% win rate. Pretty terrible on this. I did do a really bad job on this. I think I was just it was mainly just forcing trades, really. They were overextension plays, but I was getting in way too early, or I was holding for way too long. We've seen a lot of these plays reverse, and that's very common at the moment. And I try and hold them for the all day fade. And only recently, like the 28th and the 29th, we've had all day faders. Before that, I don't really remember many in April being all day fades. So this was definitely something I just too stubborn pretty much. We can see I did do a good amount of perfection trades, 16, but I was impatient 7 times, forced trades 6 times, not patient for PT 4 times, oversized 4 times. Those 4 times are all on Veru, I'm pretty sure. The rest didn't do too bad on. It's still the impatient trade and forced trades really hurting my PNL, and the oversizing for this one. So those are things I really do need to find a solution to, or just get better at noticing when I'm feeling that way and when I need to take a step back. They've been consistently the things I need to try and fix. I just haven't found a perfect solution to them yet, so not much I can do about that. For the moment, I'll just keep on working on it. And then the main takeaway. So I learned a key flaw of mine, which was basically that discretion and that I'm good at it. And I always thought my discretion was my strength, but hey, it doesn't matter too much if I'm messing it up 40% of the time because I'm emotional. And I'm forcing trades because, I think I see something with my discretion, but I'm actually, still blinded because I'm emotional, or I took 2 losses and now I'm feeling like I need to make some money back or something like that. Just all the classics. Um, I just really saw affect me this month. Trying new system ideas. I joined Chris Verma's room, learning some stuff from him. He seems very cool, and just trying to develop a system where I'm in between of systematic and discretion. I still think my discretion I want to implement into my system like 30% of the time, 20% of the time, but I don't want it to be I don't want it to be the core of how I enter and exit trades. I want it to be something where I will occasionally be like, oh, I can kind of see this happening. Maybe I should exit this trade because of this reason. That's more how I want it to be. Wide stops. This has been something I've learned this month that has been pretty useful for me. My emotions went way down after Veru. I increased my stops, not size, but like the percentage wise of how large they are. Really, really helped. My emotions dropped all the way down. I was able to think more clearly. I was able to stay into trades longer. I was able to really just focus on the trade itself instead of trying to force a couple pennies here and there to make more money. So it was really nice. I really like wide stops. I don't know if that's gonna be something I learn next month is terrible for me, but at the moment it seems very good. And lastly, I think I I think I underperformed this month pretty much because I was trading while trying to revise for exams and all this other kind of university stress. So that probably did put a big emotional stress on my back that I didn't really notice. So that could be an issue as well. But I'm still glad I traded this month. I'm still glad I learned. I'm not at the stage yet where I care that much if I'm losing here and there because I just want to learn and that's about it. So yeah, anyway, thank you for watching this video. I know this was a bit scattered. I'm just very tired from revising, but I wanted to get this out here and I wanted to review my April performance. If you want to see my best and worst trades of April, just leave a comment below and I'll do that as in my next video because I think there's some good insights into that. And yeah, thank you very much.